911, what's your emergency?
Hi, I think you need to send someone to the Monarch Bar. It's on 14th and Bleecker.
Alright, sir, what's happening there?
The place is wrecked. Doors are smashed in.
John Wick 5 is a fictional American action thriller produced by Thunder Road Pictures in collaboration with major Hollywood action studios. Directed by an action-centric filmmaker who continues the visual legacy built by Chad Stahelski, this installment expands the universe far beyond the criminal underworld previously explored. The film blends neo-noir aesthetics, international crime syndicates, high-stakes assassin warfare, and the emotional conclusion of John Wick's legendary journey. This movie is developed as a global-scale production, shot across Japan, Italy, France, Canada, and newly introduced Eastern European territories. It features high-intensity stunt choreography, practical combat scenes, bullet-time motion shots, and trademark brutal close-quarters fighting. John Wick 5 is created as a continuation but also as a fresh chapter, revealing secrets never shown before, the origins of the High Table, the rise of rogue factions, and Wick's final quest to reclaim his identity. John Wick 5 begins months after the events of the previous film. Though the world believes John Wick is dead, he survives in secrecy under the protection of an off-the-grid monastery run by former assassins who rejected the High Table. Wick attempts to live quietly, training with old martial masters and dealing with the emotional weight of his long journey. But peace is short-lived. A new force emerges, the Obsidian Covenant, a breakaway faction of assassins who seek to overthrow the High Table and establish a new ruling order. They learn that John Wick is alive, and they want him not as an enemy but as a symbol for their rebellion. To force him into alliance, they launch coordinated attacks on people Wick once protected, including surviving allies from earlier films. As the world descends deeper into chaos, the High Table discovers Wick's survival as well. They initiate the Iron Protocol, a global execution order involving elite hit squads from every corner of the world. Wick becomes the target of two enemies, the Covenant revolutionaries and the established High Table authorities. John Wick reluctantly returns to the underworld, searching for answers that trace all the way back to the first foundations of the Assassin Society. His journey takes him across neon-lit Tokyo rooftops, hidden catacombs under Rome, abandoned fortresses in Eastern Europe, and an elite gambling mansion in Monte Carlo where assassins wager their lives in deadly competitions. Wick learns a devastating truth: before the High Table existed, a forgotten ruling family known only as the Originators created the Assassin Code centuries ago. The Obsidian Covenant seeks to resurrect them, believing that Wick is the missing key because of an ancient bloodmark tied to his lineage. As global war erupts between factions, Wick assembles a team of allies, a Japanese swordmaster, a blind marksman, and an underground hacker who once worked for the Bowery King. Together, they infiltrate the Covenant's main fortress during a massive night siege that features drone warfare, rooftop battles, armored convoys, and an explosive confrontation inside a ritual chamber. The final act delivers the most intense fight sequences in the franchise: Wick versus the Covenant commander inside a collapsing cathedral fortress. Wick destroys the Covenant but becomes severely injured. In the aftermath, he confronts the High Table Council and forces them to revoke the Iron Protocol in exchange for exposing ancient secrets that could collapse their entire system. The movie ends with Wick walking into the mountains as snow falls, finally free but uncertain if he should remain part of the world or disappear forever. The ending leaves the door open for a possible spin-off or conclusion chapter. Cast, fictional lineup. Main characters: John Wick, the legendary assassin who becomes the center of a global underworld war. Commander Reeves, leader of the Obsidian Covenant, a new faction seeking dominance. Sora Kiyamizu, a Japanese swordmaster who becomes Wick's strongest ally. Kane Varro, a blind marksman with a history tied to Wick. Ilara Voss, a former High Table strategist who defects to help Wick uncover the truth. Supporting cast: members of the High Table Council, Obsidian Covenant assassins, Bowery Kings Network, Japanese clan warriors, European syndicate soldiers. Cast names can be replaced with real actors depending on your video's needs. Release date: fictional. The fictional release schedule for John Wick 5 is structured as follows. Worldwide theatrical release, June 2027. IMAX and 4DX release, same week. Digital and VOD release, late 2027. Home media and streaming, early 2028. This schedule is part of the fictional universe for storytelling purposes. The official movie clip preview features rapid action sequences, sharp weapon choreography, and dramatic shots of global cityscapes. The preview opens with Wick training in silence at the monastery before it suddenly shifts into scenes of violent ambushes, rooftop chases, sword duels in neon-lit streets, and Wick in a full tactical suit during the final siege. The clip showcases key characters without revealing the full plot. It highlights stylized gunfu combat, new futuristic weapons introduced by the Covenant, and the intense atmosphere of Wick returning from the shadows. The closing shot features Wick standing alone on a snowy mountain ridge, hinting at his internal struggle and the emotional weight of the film. If you enjoyed this full detailed breakdown of John Wick 5, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more movie explanations, story overviews, and complete Hollywood insights.